Hi, I'm Chef Jamie Vincent Bordonaro, and this is Pursuit of Passion, where I share with you mouth-watering recipes, tips, and techniques to give you the tools to create memorable meals for you and your loved ones. Let's kick things off with a delicious mushroom risotto. Risotto is made with a short grain rice. I prefer to use arborio rice, which has a beautiful amount of starch contained within those granules that once released with stirring and agitation that you'll see a little later on in this video creates a creamy, beautiful risotto. Every good risotto starts with a little butter and finishes with some delicious butter, and why not use high quality? I use Pluger butter in this recipe. To add to the depth of this beautiful mushroom risotto, we're going to have some roasted maitake or hen of the wood and shiitake mushrooms. And I would be remiss to neglect a promotion of the king of all cheeses, Parmigiano Reggiano, which I have here fresh and freshly grated, and I will show you how to peel melt-in-your-mouth strips in just a bit. Deglazing your risotto with white wine offers instant acidity to cut through its intrinsic richness, and here I've selected a Rami Chardonnay from the Russian River Valley in California with floral earthy notes and bright acidity. It's 100% Chardonnay and a perfect pairing for this unctuous risotto. All right, we're going to pick up the pace a little bit as we cruise through our knife work with no tears. Let's keep those fingertips tucked and out of the way of the blade, safety first. So we're going to chop our onion as small as we could possibly do because we want it to be small enough to aromatize the risotto without becoming overwhelming on the palate. Top and tail your garlic, going through the root end just like you did with the onion. And separate the cloves, peel each clove. Once you have them all peeled, you can start to dice, and once you have them all diced is when you can run your chef's knife through them all, leaving you with fantastically minced garlic. Next up, our shiitake mushrooms have a hard woody stem that we're going to use leverage to pop right off. And then we'll roll right into our maitake or hen of the wood mushrooms. We can just break them up into nice little clusters, which will roast beautifully and evenly, some of them for garnish, and some of them will fold right into the risotto. Dice the shiitakes uniformly for even cooking. With our knife work behind us, we'll use our peeler to create nice even strips with gentle pressure against our Parmesan cheese. All right, it's time to start cooking. Let's preheat our oven to 375 degrees. We're going to lay out our mushrooms, get them ready for roasting. On the back burner, we have our mushroom broth getting hot. Once you have your mushrooms laid out evenly, season with kosher salt. And then we're going to tear some beautiful sage leaves over the mushrooms evenly, and we'll add the stem into our mushroom broth to infuse some flavor. Throw on some unsalted butter and pop them in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. We add a little more sage to our mushroom broth to infuse more flavor. And now it's time to start making the risotto. Put in your canola oil and your onions, give them a quick stir, add in your garlic, season with salt. And you're going to season each time you add more broth or liquid to the pot. That will help to layer flavors. Now we put in a little butter and our rice, and this will help toast the rice a little bit, which will add to the overall depth and complexity and to the nuances of the finished risotto. So the first liquid we add is our white wine. And again, we add a layer of seasoning with kosher salt. We're going to let that wine reduce, and once it is almost dry, we start to add our mushroom broth. The overall ratio being about 4-to-1 liquid to rice. With our heat on high, we're going to continually add broth, stir, stir, stir. All that agitation again is going to release all the starch from the granules of rice, which is exactly what we need to make a creamy risotto. So we'll give it a taste, see where it's at in terms of seasoning. Do we need more salt? Are we okay on acid? And check the texture of the rice as well. Now we're going to add in our roasted mushrooms because we've come to a point where our rice is starting to become more tender, but still has a little bit of bite. And now we're there. We're going to finish with butter and Parmesan cheese. It's about a quarter pound of butter and a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese. Once the flavor is there, it's time to plate up your risotto. And I like to garnish with our Parmesan curls, and you can see I reserved a few of the roasted maitake mushrooms, which I'll also adorn the top of the risotto with, and why not a little more Parmesan cheese over the top. Well, I sincerely hope that you and your loved ones enjoyed this meal as much as I enjoyed sharing it. If so, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel as well. Pursuit of Passion. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And remember, please be well on your pursuit of passion. Cheers.